welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to overlay text as well as image to a live camera preview in React Native's new architecture for Android using CameraX as well as Media 3 effect. So let's get started. So first I'll show you guys the output, what I mean. So here is the output. I'll just run it. So first we are asking for camera permission. I have given the camera permission, and here you can see this is the image as well as this is the text. So I'm changing the text display like based on what the time is, and then I'll just click on this capture button and we are displaying the image inside an image view. Now also the capture button is part of native component. It is not a React Native component. Only this image where we are displaying the image is the React Native component. Now I'm using React Native 80, which is the latest at the time of me recording this video. Also all the code related to overlaying the image, text, live camera preview, all that is written using native code. I'm not using any third-party library for this. So let's get started. So first you need to run this particular command. So this will create a React Native application for you, but like I said, this is only for Android, so we don't anyways require CocoaPod, so keeping this as false is fine. And instead of demo you can write your own project name. It's up to you. Now in this particular documentation they have given the example of web view, so that's why don't run this command yet. So that's why they have created this web view. We will be doing this manually, no need to run this command. Okay, so but instead of web view we will be writing it as my camera, the folder name. Now that folder name is very important because that name will be used in lot other places as well. So if you are doing this for the very first time, it's better you follow what I'm doing, but instead of my camera you can name it whatever you feel like. So here you can see this is the folder structure. So this is my React Native project, right? So what we need to do is you just need to create a specs folder. Just create it manually inside the root of your React Native project. Then just go to Android app, src main, java com, and inside com I have created this my camera folder. This test app is already present by default. In your case it might be named differently depending on your React Native project name, but here I have created this my camera folder. I'll come back to this later on. Okay, then if you scroll down here we need to create some TypeScript file, but before that I'll just open my terminal as well because we need to run few commands. I'll just cd to my React Native project which I have. Okay, and I'll just clear everything out. Now here you can see this is our TypeScript file right now, but the name of our TypeScript file in our case it should be my camera native component.ts. Now native component is also very important because that is useful for doing code generation, so make sure you write the full name. And I have literally copy pasted all the code and pasted it over here. So here you can see inside the specs folder I have created my camera native component.ts, and this is all the code which I have copy pasted it. So I have removed few things. So firstly we don't require any props, so I have removed this, and I have also refactored this and this name as well. So here I have named it as my camera image taken event. The result will contain the actual URL of the captured image, and here you can see I have named this as on image taken and here we have named it as my camera image taken event, and this is also changed to custom my camera. Then you need to go to package.json over here, and if you see the documentation again, we need to copy paste this particular bit of code and paste it over here. So here you can see this I have copy pasted it. So here we have this my camera over here, rct my camera over here, as well as custom my camera over here. Now given that we have changed the package.json, we need to do npm installation. So I just do npm install, so it will do whatever it needs to do because we changed the package.json file. Okay, then we need to run this particular command. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. So it's cd store Android folder, and this will do actual code generation based on the TypeScript file which we have created. Now in my case it was pretty quick because I have already ran this previously, but in your case it might take a bit of time, so be patient. Then we need to create this particular file, but in our case it will be named as React My Camera. Now for this particular file, this is the main implementation logic, so we can't really copy paste code from this file. We have to write our own code. So first for that we need to do some setup. We need to go to build.gradle. We need to add few dependencies. First one is camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, then Android X camera media 3 effect, which is in alpha at the time of me recording this video, but if it does become stable, make sure you use the stable version, as well as Android X media 3 effect as well. Then you need to go to Android manifest.xml. Here you need to add internet permission. Here need to add usage feature of Android hardware camera permission, as well as write external storage permission. Then you need to go to test app. sorry, not test app, my camera. Here you need to go to React My Camera, create this particular file. Okay, and this is our package name. Now there are a lot of imports, so feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports which are there. I'll simply scroll through this file. Okay, then I'll just minimize this. Here is our theme React context, here is our camera, here is our preview, and here is our image capture. Here we initialize our button, here we initialize our preview view, and here is our camera executor service. Here is our process camera provider as well. Here we have the back facing lens. Here we get hold of our current activity. Then here we set the layout params for our viewfinder. Then here we call install hierarchy fitter. So I'll come back to this why we are doing this. Then here we add our viewfinder to our parent view. Viewfinder is basically the camera preview, and here we set the text, background color, text color, as well as alpha to our button. We set the layout params as well. We add the capture button to our parent view. We also add a click listener to this. Then here we override on attached to window, and if we have the camera permission, then we just do viewfinder.post setup camera. Then here we have on detach from window as well, where we do camera executor dot shutdown, and we unbind our camera provider as well. Now here why we have writing this particular bit of code. So I have copied this code from this URL, so you can go to this URL. So this is an issue open in React Native's repo since past 8 years. They still haven't fixed it. So why we need this? This is basically a hack to make sure our camera preview is visible properly and it is not displayed as a black screen. Okay, then here we have setup camera, where we get hold of our process camera provider. We add a listener to this as well, and here we call bind camera use case. Here we get hold of our width as well as height, and here we also get hold of our rotation. Then here we get hold of our camera provider. Then here we get the back facing lens. Here we define our aspect ratio strategy, resolution selector as well. Here we initialize our preview view. Here we initialize our image capture as well, and here we add the preview as well as image capture use case as well. Then here we initialize our media 3 effect. Then here we create this immutable list. Here I call this method, which I will come back shortly. Then here we add this overlay effect to our effects array. Then we build the effects and add it to our media 3 effect, and here we do use case group builder dot add effect media 3 effect. Then we unbind our camera provider, we bind it to the life cycle, and here we initialize new camera equal to camera. Then here we initialize our surface provider as well. Here I call take photo, where we get hold of our image capture. This is the simple date format name as well. Then inside content values we pass the display name, mime type, and if Android version greater than P, we also set the relative path. Then here we do image capture dot output file options as well. Then here we do image capture dot take picture. Here we override on image saved. So here we get the URI of the saved image, and here is the method which helps us to send data back from a native Android side to React Native side. Now even this is not simple. I'll come back to this method in a bit. Here we unbind our camera provider. Here we just check whether we have the camera permission or not, and here we just get hold of the tag as well as the file name format. Then this is the code, entire piece of code which helps us to send data back to React Native side. Now this I have copied it from the documentation, if you see over here, but I have not literally copy pasted it. You need to make few changes based on our TypeScript file, so that's what I have done over here, because in our case the TypeScript file has this event, right, on image taken. So that's what changes I have made. Now coming back to this create overlay effect from bundle, so this will help us to overlay the image as well as the text. So this is the main part. So here you can see first I have defined an overlays builder. Now first one, this logo is for an image, so here I have defined a static overlay settings. Here I set rotation degree, the scale, overlay frame anchor, background frame anchor as well. Then here is our drawable which I get hold of. Then here I set the bounds as well. Then here I do drawable overlay dot create static. Now sorry, important thing is what is this r.map.ic launcher. So this is the image, so you can't really drag and drop the image inside the root of your React Native project. You have to paste it inside the particular folder called res map. So here you can see this is the image I was using, right? So here instead of ic_launcher you can add your own image. If you want, you can add it inside this drawable folder as well, but if you add it inside drawable folder, then you need to write r.drawable. Your image name. So it's up to you where you want to add the image. So yeah, depending on that you will have to change this code over here. Then here we set the bounds as well. Here is our texture overlay, and here timer overlay is basically the text which we are overlaying. Why I have created it as a timer? Because I want to show you that it can be a dynamic text as well. That's why I have done it. But if you have static text, you can do that as well. Then here we do overlays builder.build, and if it is empty we return null, else we return the overlay effect. Now coming back to this timer overlay, so create this file as well. So this I have copy pasted mostly from documentation. So this is our package name. These are all the imports which you need to add. Again, same thing, static overlay, set the rotation degree, set the overlay frame anchor, background frame anchor as well. Here we override get text, where we do spannable string as well. And here this is the code which helps us to make our text dynamic, depending on the time. But instead of this, you can just write some static text as well if you want to. So it's up to you what you want to do over here. So here I have set some foreground color, then some size as well, and here we override get overlay settings as well. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Now let's come back to the documentation again over here. So here we pass this manager class as well. So again, I have just copy pasted all this code from the documentation. Only thing is I have removed this particular part, okay, because we don't have a prop, and wherever there is web view I have written it as my camera. And this also I have changed a little bit. Instead of on script loaded, it is on image taken, right? So I'll just show it to you. So here you can see react my camera manager.kt. so these are all the imports, okay. So yeah, these are the name, create view instance, custom my camera. So here we have this on image taken. Alright, so that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Next we need to create this package file as well. Again, this I have copy pasted it from docs, but everywhere it is web view I have written it as my camera, and package name has been changed. So here it is react my camera package.kt. Again, these are all the imports which we have over here, okay. Then here we have this main application.kt as well. So for this you can just go to test app main application.kt. Here is our import, and here I have added this react my camera package as well. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Then how to use it inside app.tsx. So you can just go to app.tsx, and here you can see these are all the imports which we have, okay. Then here we have the state of image URI, one state of camera permission as well, and if Android version is greater than equal to 10 as well. And here we just call request camera and storage permission. And depending on why I have added this, because from Android 10 and above we don't require the right external storage permission, we can only use the camera permission. So that's what I'm checking over here, depending on the Android version. And here we are just requesting for the permission, and if all permissions are granted, we just change this particular state as well as over here. And inside use effect we just call this method. So if image URI is not equal to empty, we display the image using image element. As if the camera permission is granted and image URI is equal to empty, then we display the camera preview. Else we just display a text saying camera permission not granted, and these are all the styles for it. So yeah, that's all. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.